What's going on, bro? How you doing today?
Man, I'm good, man.
All right, man. I'm glad you could make it, man.
I'm glad you had me here, bro.
Yeah. So, I work for Faith in Action, Alabama.
Okay.
And we're a multiracial organization that is building enough manpower to dismantle systemic racism in the criminal justice system.
Okay.
On a state and local level.
Uh-huh.
And I just got hired on, man, and this is what I do, man. I go out into the community and I talk with people who has been incarcerated and they're now decarcerated. And we just want to know your story and your experiences, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got this opportunity, bro, to just do this, and I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be able to sit down and talk with you. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man.
So enough about me, man. What's up with you, bro? I see you on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I see you doing big things on Facebook, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, yeah. I got my brand, which I'm wearing now. You know, I try to do the self promotion is the biggest way of like getting your brand out there. Wherever I go, you know, I take my brand with me. So pretty much my brand is Timeline Clothing, and it's pretty much you know, everybody has their own individual timeline, and the timeline defines like day to day events and things that have taken places from past, present, and future. Timeline will continue on after a person is gone. You know, from the time a person is born to the time they leave, and then just the memories as well as part of a person's timeline. So I just came with it, the name of that brand, like to just give people a way to express themselves visual with fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Gotcha. So who made the logo for you?
My partner of mine named Sean Garner, man.
Sean Garner, the one with the tattoo.
Oh yeah, right. Sean, man. So you know, definitely reach out to him if anybody's looking for any type of artwork. That he's amazing with his skills, man. He's freehand. You know, he's something else, and he just came up with the brand. I mean, not the brand, but the signature. I just told him the name of it, and I told him I wanted like a signature style logo, and he had drew me like maybe 3 or 4 different ones, and so 3 of them I haven't even used yet, and this one is one that just kind of hit with me first, so I just been going with this one. And the brand started in 2015, and just continue to stay relevant is one of the main things I see. Like far as with clothing is it's constantly changing daily.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I just try to just you know kind of search around and see how other countries, especially like Paris and stuff like that, where it's pretty much like the fashion capital over there. So I just try to bounce ideas off them and stuff like that, and excuse me, just constantly just finding ways to critique my brand. So
okay, well, we got Vance Stone here, ladies and gentlemen. Vance Stone, and he's with Timeline Clothing. You know, he's an entrepreneur, and that's his clothing line. So we're gonna just get into the discussion, brother. My first question is, what are some of the choices you made over a lifetime that brought you here today?
Okay, all right. So I could take it as far as back, like when I was maybe about 12 or 13 years old. Man, I started to dib and dab and you know stuff in the streets. I was smoking weeds, started selling weed and stuff like that. And you know, as time progressed on, I say maybe when I was about 15, my freshman year at Johnson, I was still selling weed, and I had got caught with some weed on campus in my locker, and which caused me to get expelled my freshman year. So I was blessed with the opportunity to be able to go to city program, the alternative school, to finish up. So I had to be able to pretty much get my grade levels on the level needed to be for me to be able to return back to school. So it took me. I had to stay there to like my second semester of my sophomore year. I went ahead and finished school, but at the time I still was dealing, and I hadn't actually experienced like real doing any time or anything like that. So it was pretty much like a slap on the wrist, a little D home or something. You go in there, your parents come get you out, you right back to so. And I'd say probably when I got about 20 years old, I had moved to Miami. I stayed there for a couple of years. Was still dibbling, dabbling down there. Moved back to Huntsville. Wound up catching a charge like when I was 23. They put me on probation. And that was my actual that's what actually led me to go to prison. Like once I, still was dibbing and dabbling with drugs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I got caught. I had caught another charge while I was on probation, and it violated my probation. So at this time I was 25. And this was my first time going to prison. I had a 18-month sentence. First time experience in prison was, man, it was unreal. It's like a whole nother world in there. Pretty much went in there, did my time, tried to be productive while I was in there. I was thinking of different ideas and just constantly reading different materials, want to just make a value of my time when I'm in there and being in a bad situation like that. I want to, try to take advantage of the time that I had available. So I was just pretty much just working on self. So as I was released from prison, I was working, doing good. Eventually, like, I got just so caught up with the old lifestyle and the fast money, and I just resorted right back to the streets. It wasn't until maybe 10 years later I wound up going to prison again. And this time I went to Decatur work release. This was in 2016. Let's see, around the time I did just 4 months in Decatur work release. I had to back up the remaining time for my probation. Finished that, was on probation when I got out, violated my probation again in 2018, wound up going to prison again. And I just recently was released from prison. Went back to Bibb County, the prison that I initially went first time going. But this time, as I finished, was coming towards the end of my sentence, they transferred me to Limestone. They had a pre-release program. It's really, really good because it's for people that had 6 months or less before the EOS. So I took a sign language, the CDL class. What else did I take? Business management. It's different courses and core classes they have. I took everything that I had that I was able to get in for the 6 months I was there. So
you got your CDL license?
No, I didn't actually get the CDL. I had to take the test, but I did the written test or whatever.
Let me ask you this question. When you got your first charge, and that was 06.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else that was like in court before they had sentenced you? Was there anybody else in court that was going to trial that was white?
Oh yeah, it definitely was
with the same charge.
Or something well, similar? Actually, the charge was worse than mine. This guy had man. This is crazy, man. Well, this actually was the time I went in 2018, but I'm gonna rewind back to 06. This time I went. It was a guy. We wasn't cellmates, but we was both at the county jail getting ready to go to our revocation hearing, and he had I think a distribution charge or something like that. I just had a petty possession charge of controlled substance. And like I said, I did a 3-year sentence, which was I had to do 18 months. They gave him the option to go to Bradford for drug treatment. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe some probation time, but he didn't have any prison time. He was on probation the same as me. So with a harder and more harsher charge of distribution, I was thinking like, oh yeah, I know for sure. I didn't, I don't speak prison or want anybody to go to prison. But I'm thinking like, okay, this guy got to be getting ready to go. When they said it was just like a slap in the face, man. Like, you want to speak on the other time or just wait on it?
Well, yeah, you can speak on. You can talk about 2016.
Okay, yeah. The other one was in 2018 when I went to my revocation hearing. I actually had, like I said, I had caught another charge. Was on probation, and actually the law is supposed to be that they're not actually supposed to revoke your probation until you're found guilty. So my lawyer was trying to get my case, my revocation pushed back until the results from the pending charge I had. So the judge was going for it. He was going to let me do it, and the DA and an investigator. I'm sorry to say his name. Yeah. Investigator Dean,
right.
He pretty much, him and the DA pretty much was going, just going at it for me not to get that continuation. So they pretty much swayed the judge to go ahead and make the decision to revoke my probation. To make a long story short,
so the judge was going to let you have easy on you.
Yep.
So the DA and the investigator was pushing for you to go.
Yep.
They was pushing for you to get charged.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, ain't that something, bro?
But then another thing, like I was saying about the other instance, it was an older white gentleman. Now this guy, this really blew my mind. That's when I seen this was really a problem with the system. I'd already knew it, but seeing it firsthand is a different, scenario. But this guy was going through. He had a manufacturing charge. They had I think it's his probation officer or police officer. I'm not sure if it was both, but it was one of the two, if not both. But they went to his house. They smelt fumes or whatever. Went to his backyard. He had a storage house or something like that. And this man was manufacturing amphetamines in there. And they gave this guy pretty much like a dunk. They gave him a dunk program where he had to go do either 30 to 90 days and come back and just still be on probation. So that charge, I mean, that just blew my mind. That man went home, and that day I went to the county jail on my way to prison for a charge I hadn't been found guilty for.
So in 2006, that guy there went to Bradford to a drug treatment program, and they sent you off. And then when you went back again, they sent this guy to they put him on he went to a drug treatment as well,
like a dunk program. It's pretty much he went to prison, but it's just like a 30 to 90 day. You go there and get processed in pretty much. You don't even make it to, it's like they send you to kill me just to get processed in. And some of the people that I was seeing there, they was getting the days cut in half. Like some people had 90 days, they cut them in half to 40. Some people had 30, they gave them 20 days. So it was pretty much just an alternative sentence they gave him, instead of the option of having to just really get some real hardcore time and have to go on down south.
And his crime was a little bit more worse than yours.
Oh yes, man. A manufacturing charge is way more worse.
That's he actually had a drug lab going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because from my understanding, and to do meth, you got to have a lab.
Yeah.
You got to have all your chemicals, whatever you're using going on.
Absolutely right.
Wow, man. I'm sorry to hear that though, man. But the few guys that I have interviewed already, they had experienced that same thing. They'll go to court and they'll see somebody of another color get less punishment. Less punishment than them. And that's just the way the system is, bro. It's like that. But God, it take people like us, like me, and like you, to stand up and talk about it, so we can expose this system for what they are. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we can make things better for these younger brothers, these younger brown and black brothers who's younger than us. Yes. But I'm gonna move on to the next question, and it says, what are some of the challenges that you face?
Some of the main challenges I faced was like finding employment. I know a lot of times they spoke on there, like when I was at pre-release, they said, these different programs will help you to get easy to get, to make the transition back into society and get you employment. But a lot of the places are still going by the old rules, like was it 4 years clear record and things like that. So I was just blessed enough with the opportunity to be able to have my own lawn care business and still have my clothing line. So I was able to pick back up with that. So I definitely thank God for that. But that was one of my biggest challenges, man. And then another challenge, which I don't let it get to me at all, because people are gonna think or feel how they want to. But a lot of people say, well, how long it's gonna be before you back in the streets, or those things like that. So those are the two of the biggest challenges as far as employment, and just trying to walk in a straight and narrow, and just trying to not relive your past and have people kind of constantly, throwing your past up in your face. So those are the two challenges I face.
Man, big ups to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you though. I'm proud that you out, and you don't let that negative stuff get to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe everybody deserves a second chance. Exactly. And you got your lawn care business, and you got your clothing line business too, brother. Yes. And I be seeing you. So and I see everybody got on your clothing attire. So that's good, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is the next question. All right. What are some of your experiences with fines and fees?
Fines and fees, far as like the stuff in my fines now is pretty much cleared up, but past experiences fines I had it's a hassle to be able to trying to make those payments each month, especially if you're not given adequate employment. You know what I mean? As far as like people have other bills as well, but they have all these jacked up prices on these fines and fees for Lord knows where this money is really going to. So so that's really the thing I have with the fines and fees.
So were you paying those fees after you had got out?
Yeah. Well, a lot of them. See, for this particular time, the charge that I was on probation was from 2016. So I had been paying, then and then the new charge that I called that violated my probation. I hadn't went to court on that one.
That's the one at 18.
Yeah. Okay. So I hadn't had to pay any fines on that one yet.
So you done with those fines that you had to pay from 2006?
Yeah, all that.
So when you got released from prison, how long did it take you to pay those fines off from 2006?
Ooh, man, I'll say probably, man, I probably got it paid off probably about 2009. So I probably took about 3 years.
And you were still reporting to your probation officer and paying that fine.
Yeah, every month. So you have see the thing about it too. They have a fine for $40 a month, and this just goes to your probation. It has nothing to do with your fines. Your fines are separately. You know what I'm saying? So that's just even more so just more money, because if you look at that 10 months, that's $400, man. Just money could be used towards something else. And it's just something that's going directly to the probation officer's pocket. It has nothing to do with your fines, court fees, and none of that. So it's just pretty much you just giving them, you paying them, to be your probation officer.
So when you did your time in 2006 and 2016, were you on some type of work release program?
Well, 16 I went to Decatur work release. I wasn't there long enough to actually work a job because I didn't have enough time to be able to make the transition.
Because you was there when you went there, you was about to get ready to get out.
Yeah. My sentence was almost over.
Okay. Next question, man. So what's at stake, man? What's at risk? You know what I'm saying? What's at risk?
Definitely my freedom is at risk if I was to make the decision to go back to the way I was living. That's a dead giveaway right there. I mean, I know the pressures of life and stuff go on you, but once you experience this stuff so many times, man, and some people it only takes once, and I salute them for that. But just me, I was just a little bit more hard headed than the average person. So I just
you got any kids?
No, I don't have any kids.
You got any kids? Okay, cool, brother. This is our final question.
Okay.
So if you had a chance to be a part of an organization that's going to help change laws, and also to help others like yourself get their voting rights back, will you help out on that?
Yes, I'm all for that, man.
Okay, so are you able to vote?
No, I'm not able to vote as well. So that's another thing too. Like they speak on that about what the felons are. You can vote as a felon, but they take you through all these loops to be able to, So yeah, man, I definitely would want to vote because that's one thing I've never done in my whole life, man.
Right.
Ever since I've been, like I said, I went back from 13 all the way to I'm 39 now. I've been in and out of trouble, or on probation or some type of form of up under the system. So I've never been given the opportunity to be able to vote. So I definitely would want to do that.
Right.
Like you say, I agree with everybody does deserve a second chance.
Right. So when the elections come around, how does it make you? How do you feel, during that time?
Well, I kind of feel I want to say left out in a way, because I'm like, man, like everybody's saying, go vote, and then especially like when I see the ones that are able to vote and don't go vote, that's really like, man, I come back, I should be able to switch with that person, if they don't want to vote, so. Yeah, so that's how I feel on that.
Well, Faith in Action, Alabama, man, we're gonna have some things going on in 2021.
Okay.
And brother, I'm gonna get your contact. Actually, I have your contact already.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be reaching out to you because we are gonna be helping guys. Helping individuals getting their voting rights back. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a process, but we are willing, man. And when we do these community outreaches, man. I'm gonna reach out to you, brother, and I'd love for you to come on out there and support and volunteer, man, if you can, bro.
I'm definitely with it.
You know what I'm saying? And anybody that that has experience racial discrimination in the criminal justice system, man, just send them over to me, brother. I love to sit down if they want to tell their story, if they want to tell what happened, because everybody's story it's a little different, man. But you guys, man, y'all still experience that systemic racism. And it's almost like it's just set up for you to just lose.
Yeah.
You know, every time I interview somebody and they tell me the story about the other guy get off, you know, somebody of another color, they get soft. They get a lesser punishment, man. And our black brothers and brown brothers, they end up going off to prison, being incarcerated, you know, getting labeled and come back out and you know, they have a hard time getting jobs and all of that, brother. So all I got to say, man, the Spirit of God is upon you, man. You know, you're able to hold down the fork, bro. You got you a business going on. Mm-hmm. And all I can tell you, man, on the way you can go is up.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, right?
Most definitely.
Right?
Yep.
That's what's up.
That's no doubt.
I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you having me,
all right.
Man.
Faith in Action, Alabama. This is LaGarrette Crawford and this is Vance Stone. And we are out.